Hi everyone and welcome. This is episode 92 of Off the Sprue. It's been a long journey. It started a year ago and I'm finally putting the finishing touches on Takom's Longbow Apache. This footage actually serves no purpose other than I can't get over the sound of this machine. A year ago, almost to the day, this box arrived in the mail from Supernova Studio, a gorgeous 35 scale Longbow Apache from Takom. And this machine is finally done. And in this video, I'll be showing you some of the small finishing touches I applied to finish this model. If you've been following this series, you'll know that this build is generously sponsored by Supernova Studio here in South Africa. This is your final opportunity, guys, to add this to your stash, and I'll be supplying a promo code at the end of this video. Guys, you'll recall that in the previous video I used some paint markers from AK Interactive and applied some weathering to these Hydra rocket parts for the Apache. It's now time to fit them to the gunship. First, just a little bit of fine detail painting just to get those connection points ready. And once everything is ready, I use some gel type super glue from Green Stuff World just to mount these to the pylons. I really like this adhesive. It works really well. Instant bond that it forms to plastic parts. You can see there are the rocket parts being fitted. Dead sure that they are straight. Now onto the wheels, and one nice feature is that you are supplied with both weighted and unweighted wheels. Just a little bit of detailing done there on the hub section, and then once this is done I can move on to the tires themselves. Guys, now I've done a lot of experimentation, and to me the rubber black from Tamiya is still the most accurate color out there. And that's the one that I used on these wheels. You can see there, sprayed in Tamiya tire black, and I applied a gloss coat for the wash that I'll be adding next. I'm using a landing gear wash from AK, thinned down with odorless thinner, and this is applied to the wheel, left to run into all those little recessed details that you can see there. The really cool thing about this wash is that this can be wiped off. If your gloss coat was sufficient, this will wipe off with a little piece of paper towel, and you can also use some odorless thinner just to clean up. So there we go. This looks a bit like a snooker ball at this stage, so some additional detailing is required. What I did next is to add a mixture of Vallejo Model Air hemp and dirt into a color that's similar to the AK wash color. This is now very carefully applied with my airbrush to the wheel, similar as you're seeing there on screen, and this just really completes the effect that I wanted. These dusty tires that I see in my reference pictures, both the front wheels and the back wheels. Really liking that weighted detail that they molded into the part. These will have to be pinned. By pin I mean adding a piece of metal. And this will then later work to fit the model securely to the foam diorama base. A paperclip works well for this. It's going to be something like that. Insert it into the flat portion of the tire. First drill a little hole just to fit that pin. And then again use gel type super glue just to secure that to the wheel. Make sure that you insert this into the center of the wheel and that it's perfectly upright. And this will form a secure connection holding the model to the diorama base later. Final step is just to fit these to the Apache. There we go, guys. Our gunship finally has wheels. Next is what I believe is called the disco ball. My understanding is that this is part of the electronic countermeasure suite on the Apache. Nice little assembly consisting of some photo etched brass, some clear parts, and some styrene on top. Now guys, here I experimented a little. I started with a alclad pale burnt metal base color, and I was working towards what I was seeing in my reference picture. This was the base color, and from there on I started experimenting with different colors: armored glass, polished brass, and also a mixture of violet and transparent blue from the Vallejo side. And a combination of these paints got me to a rather satisfying result, closely resembling what I was seeing in my reference pictures. So that is the disco ball fitted behind the rotor of the Takom Apache. Guys, so there we go. All these small little details have been added, final parts, and we are very close to finishing this model. The final step is to remove these paint masks that we added in video 69, if you want to revisit that, and also to add some decals, some frame decals to the canopy. Now I was a bit worried about this because the decals supplied in the Takom kit put up quite a fight, so I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now, to fit these decals to the clear parts that you're seeing on your screen, I didn't use any setting solutions or any of the normal stuff that I would use. I applied these decals directly to the clear parts. I was worried that any sort of setting solution might damage the clear parts, and honestly I had no issues at all. It was just a matter of carefully positioning these in place and then pressing them flat with a moist cotton bud. You can see that on your screen. Guys, this must be the most satisfying part of the hobby, peeling masking tape from a nicely painted canopy. Very satisfying indeed. So once this is done, I can proceed and also apply the frame decals to the other side of the Takom Apache canopy. Again, cutting these from the sheet, placing them in lukewarm water, and then just applying them to the canopy without any setting solution of any kind. The trick here is just to very carefully maneuver this into place. You might need some patience and a wet cotton bud, but eventually you'll get there. Definitely not something that you rush. Towards the end, I was actually getting to be quite an expert at this. Guys, and there we go, almost a year to the day after I started this project, the finished Takom Apache in 35 scale. Certainly one of the best builds I've done to date. Now this build is far from complete. The next step is to start constructing the diorama base, and that is something that's coming up in the next video, so do join me for that. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this is the last opportunity for you to grab this kit at a discount. If you use the promo code LONGBOW2601, you will get a 50% discount on the Supernova Studio website. Guys, if you're serious about getting this kit, do place your order as soon as possible. It's my understanding that there is a single kit left in stock, so don't delay. That's it then for video 92. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, please join me in the next one when I'll be tackling the diorama base for this Longbow Apache build. Thank you for watching.